Here we have a Husqvarna 115iHD55 battery-powered hedge trimmer. This is part of their consumer lineup of battery-powered equipment. You can buy this as an individual tool, or you can buy it in a kit with the BLI-20 battery and what I just refer to as their slow charger, made for consumer batteries. You know, it takes a little bit longer than the QC 330 or the QC was it 500, 550, the new one. But it does the job, and it does give you, a good start if you're buying this as your first piece of battery-powered equipment. So I'm not going to knock it too bad. Every manufacturer has a fast charger, a rapid charger, and a slow charger, to meet a price point. That's what this one comes with, that black charger right there. So back to the hedge trimmer. Now this one has a 22-inch cutting blade here. It has a plastic tip at the end to keep you from digging it in the dirt when you're getting down low on those bushes and shrubs, to get those ones close to the ground there. And Husqvarna says that this will make 3,000 cuts per minute. It's got a 5/8 opening here in between the blades, and of course they are reciprocating because it is a hedge trimmer. Your battery goes right in here, your BLI-20, and honestly, because this is a consumer product, you can run consumer batteries or you can run commercial batteries in here. So that means you can use the BLI-20, the new BLI-30, which are the orange batteries, or you can even use the gray batteries in here, the BLI-200, BLI-200X, BLI-300. If you want to get, some more runtime out of it, you throw that BLI-300 in there, and you'll be able to run this thing for quite a while before the battery goes dead. But again, back to the hedge trimmer itself. You have your operator presence switch up here, which is pretty common on all battery-powered hedge trimmers. Almost all of them that I've seen have had an operator presence switch in the handle, in the front handle. So you have to have this activated before you can squeeze the trigger to actually start the blades. You can see you can squeeze the trigger at any time, but the blades won't start if that presence switch is not activated. And we'll show you that here. Power this on, and see that? Nothing happening because we're not activating that operator presence switch. So while we got this powered on, keypad is very simple. You've got power, on, off, and you can tell it's on because of the green LED. You have your save mode, which is going to extend your battery life because it's going to run it at a little less than full power. And of course you got a green LED there saying that save mode is engaged. Then in the middle you have your error light, little triangle with the exclamation point. That will flash red or light up solid red depending on what the error is, and that way you know, hey, something's going on here, and get it to your dealer and have them check it out. So that's basic, as basic as it gets. 2 buttons and a trigger back here. Makes this thing really simple to run, and that's one of the key features of anything battery powered, is the fact that it's going to make it easier for anybody to use it, really. A hedge trimmer is one of those things. In our area, you use it like once or twice a year for most people, and that's why they don't like to spend a lot of money on a gas-powered one, and they'd rather just deal with that struggle once or twice a year, dragging extension cords all across the property to trim their bushes and shrubs and hedges and all that stuff. But this right here gives you that convenience of the electric hedge trimmer and the reliability of the electric hedge trimmer starting all the time, but it also gives you close to the power of a gas-powered unit. Now, one downside to this hedge trimmer is the fact that it only has a 5/8 cutting capacity. That does limit it a little bit, but anything bigger than that, you're probably not going to be trimming that with a hedge trimmer. But again, you never know. So just want to warn you on that one. Definitely check out what you're going to be trimming before you run out and purchase one of these, because there are other ones out there. Husqvarna even has other models that have a larger cutting capacity. So on this one, again, getting back to the trimmer itself, we have the electric motor right in here. We have a control board in there, and not a whole lot else going on. So if you would have to do any kind of work to it or troubleshooting, it's going to be pretty basic to figure out what the problem is or which part needs replaced in there. Now down below, it has a cast aluminum gearbox So that's going to last you quite a while. It's not like some of these hedge trimmers that are battery powered that have everything on it made of plastic. This one actually has a good, durable cast aluminum gearbox, so you shouldn't have any problems with heat or it warping or cracking and breaking or flexing and all that stuff. This should hold up just like a gearbox on a gas powered unit. And underneath here you can see these bolt heads. That is because you can take this thing apart and you can sharpen the blades, you can replace the blades, you can adjust the blades so they actually shear better. They might not need to be sharpened, they might just need tightened down because something got jammed in there and pried that up, or just regular wear on it. That can happen over time. That's one of the keys to a good cut from a hedge trimmer that a lot of people don't realize. You have to have the two blades, the top one and the bottom one, you have to have that tension between them set just right. You don't want it too loose because then it's not going to cut nice, but you don't want it too tight to where the blades can't reciprocate. So that takes a little bit of fine tuning to get that adjusted just right. Now you can see the 115iHD55 has a small hand guard here. It does the job, and it gives you plenty of vision. You can see right through those holes, but it's not so big that it's blocking everything, and up over the handle. So that's a positive. So that's the basics of this thing. Like I say, there's not a whole lot extra you need there on this. There's not a whole lot going on inside of it. It's very simple. It's very to the point. It's effective. It does the job. I don't think you should be intimidated by the fact that it only has that 5/8 cutting capacity. If you have other Husqvarna battery-powered equipment, then this is definitely going to be better for you than going out and buying, another brand and having to add another battery, another charger to maintain all that stuff. So, a lot of good things going for this hedge trimmer, and a lot of reasons why you should check it out, especially if you own any other Husqvarna battery-powered equipment. So, enough rambling on here and talking about the hedge trimmer. Why don't we just take this out here and show you how it works. So there you saw the 115iHD55 cordless hedge trimmer in action. And a little side note there, did all that hedge trimming and a little bit more on top of that, and the battery still hadn't gone down 1 bar. So you get plenty of runtime out of this unit and out of the BLI 20 battery combined with this hedge trimmer. But we want to circle back around here and just go back over these important points here again about this hedge trimmer. A 22-inch cutting blade, 3,000 cuts per minute, cuts up to 5/8 diameter, twigs, branches, limbs, all that kind of stuff. A very strong, durable aluminum gearbox, a brushless motor. The unit weighs 7.3 pounds without the battery in it. It works with all the Husqvarna batteries, the consumer batteries and the professional batteries. It's quieter than a gas-powered hedge trimmer. It only has a 2-button keypad, so it's not hard to operate. You have no hot engine parts, so no worries of burning up your leaves or your plants as you're trimming them. No exhaust to blow out there and kill the flowers and that kind of stuff. And it has that guard on the tip of the blade, so you can't just jam it down in the dirt and ruin your blades. So one last thing to note here is that the 115iHD55 cordless hedge trimmer from Husqvarna makes a great addition to any of the other pieces of Husqvarna battery-powered equipment you already have. And if you already have the 320iB leaf blower, then picking up one of these hedge trimmers in a kit with a battery, you're going to have a second battery, then you can run your leaf blower longer before you'd have to wait for a battery to charge. If you're doing a lot of trimming around your house, it's a good complement to the string trimmer, because then you can trim some of those little tree branches and things like that. It's a good piece of equipment. You saw it run, you saw it in action there. It's very durable. It's balanced pretty well. It's super easy to operate because it only has 2 buttons on it. If you got somebody in your family that's struggling to be able to pull a rope to start a gas-powered unit, this is a great option. If you're tired of dragging an extension cord across your property to trim your hedges, again, here's another great option, especially if you already own any of these other pieces of equipment. So that's going to do it for this video. If you haven't done so already, please be sure to subscribe to our channel, and thanks for watching.